Can you imagine living somewhere where minus 50 degrees Celsius is just a normal winter day? A place where your eyelashes can freeze solid in seconds, and you have to keep your car running 24/7 or it will never start again. Welcome to Oymyakon, the coldest permanently inhabited place on Earth. Get ready, because today we're rejourneying to this remote Siberian village to uncover the shocking realities of life in extreme cold. So, where exactly is this kingdom of ice? Oymyakon is tucked away in the Sakha Republic of Russia, also known as Yakutia. It's a tiny village deep in the heart of Siberia, thousands of kilometers from Moscow. The name Oymyakon, ironically, means non-freezing water, named after a nearby thermal spring. The village sits in a valley surrounded by mountains, which act like a giant bowl, trapping cold air and pushing temperatures to unimaginable lows. It's one of the most remote and inaccessible places you can find. Just how cold does it get? Well, the average winter temperature hovers around a bone-chilling minus 50 degrees Celsius. But that's just the average. The all-time record low here was an astonishing minus 71.2 degrees Celsius, or minus 96 degrees Fahrenheit. That's cold enough to freeze metal on contact and make boiling water thrown into the air instantly turn into a cloud of ice crystals. Winter isn't just a season here. It's a 9-month-long battle for survival. Summers, believe it or not, can be surprisingly warm, sometimes reaching over 30 degrees Celsius. But they're incredibly short, a brief and fleeting reward for enduring the brutal winter. So what is daily life actually like for the people who call Oymyakon home? Well, for starters, life is dictated by the thermometer. Schools, for instance, don't close for a cold day unless the temperature drops below minus 52 degrees. Can you imagine your kids heading off to school in that? When you step outside, the cold hits you like a physical force. Your eyelashes and eyebrows frost over almost instantly. Exposed skin is a serious danger, with frostbite being a constant threat. People have to plan every single trip outdoors with military precision, dressing in layers of specialized clothing made from fur and other materials designed for extreme conditions. Forget about using your smartphone outside for long, though. Battery will die in minutes, and the screen will freeze. Even cameras can seize up. Life here is a constant exercise in caution and respect for the power of nature. With the ground frozen solid for most of the year, farming is impossible. So, what do people eat? The local diet is almost entirely carnivorous, rich in protein and fat to provide the energy needed to survive the cold. Staple foods include reindeer, meat, horse meat, and a variety of fish. One famous local delicacy is stroganina, which is raw fish, thinly sliced and eaten frozen. It's like a fish popsicle, but it's a vital source of nutrients. Fresh fruits and vegetables are a luxury, usually only available during the brief summer or flown in at great expense. People get their vitamins from nutrient-rich organ meats and the milk of their animals. It's a diet perfectly adapted to the environment. Getting around in Oymyakon is another major challenge. You can't just hop in your car and go. If you turn your car's engine off, it'll freeze solid, and you won't be able to start it again until spring. So, people either leave their cars running all day long, even when parked, or they keep them in heated garages, which are a must-have for any vehicle owner. The roads are icy and treacherous, making travel slow and dangerous. As for technology, don't expect a fast internet connection. Connectivity is limited and often unreliable due to the extreme conditions. Here, practical survival tools are far more important than the latest gadgets. A good pair of fur boots, or untai, is infinitely more valuable than a new smartphone. The infrastructure required to support life here is truly unique. Houses couldn't be built directly on the ground because the heat from the building would melt the permafrost underneath, causing the structure to sink and collapse. Instead, homes are built on stilts, raised a meter or so above the ground to allow cold air to circulate underneath and keep the permafrost frozen. You also won't find any indoor plumbing with underground pipes, because they would freeze and burst. Most homes have outhouses, and getting water involves either melting blocks of ice cut from rivers or visiting a central water station where it is delivered by truck. Every aspect of life, from building a house to getting a drink of water, has been re-engineered to cope with the cold. Despite these harsh conditions, Oymyakon is home to about 500 incredibly resilient people. In a place where survival depends on cooperation, community bonds are exceptionally strong. Neighbors rely on each other for everything, from sharing food to helping a stranded driver. The population is primarily made up of Yakuts, an indigenous Turkic people, who have a rich culture and a deep connection to this land. Their traditions, folklore, and way of life have been shaped by centuries of living in one of the world's most unforgiving climates. They don't just survive here, they thrive, showing a level of resilience that is truly inspiring. This brings us to the biggest question. Why do people choose to live in such an extreme place? For many residents, the answer is simple. It's home. Their families have lived on this land for generations. It's their ancestral home, and they have a deep cultural pride in their ability to live in harmony with this environment. For them, the cold isn't a terrifying monster. It's a normal part of life they have adapted to over centuries. They have developed unique knowledge and skills, passed down through generations, that allow them to live where others couldn't last a day. It's a testament to the incredible adaptability of human beings. Oymyakon is more than just a dot on the map with a crazy temperature record. It's a living example of human endurance. A community that has found a way to build a life in a place that seems completely inhospitable. It challenges our own ideas of comfort and what is possible, proving that the human spirit can flourish even in the most extreme corners of our planet. So, after hearing all this, I have to ask you, could you ever see yourself living in Oymyakon? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey to the coldest village on Earth. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures to the world's most incredible places. See you in the next one.